All right, welcome. Today we're going to dive into a really simple but powerful idea that real, lasting confidence isn't something you're born with. Nope, it's something you build. And the best part, it's not about waiting for some magical moment of inspiration. It's a system you can start using literally today. So let's just kick things off with this one huge question. What if confidence isn't a thing you have, but a thing you build? I mean, think about that. It totally flips the script. It means confidence isn't some gift you either get or you don't. It's a skill. It's something you can practice. But, before we can get into how to build it, we first have to talk about the biggest myth that holds pretty much everyone back. Yeah, most of us think that you have to land the big client or win the championship, and then, poof, confidence just shows up. But that is completely backwards. It puts you in this passive waiting game, just hoping for something to happen, and it stops you from ever taking that first crucial step. And this right here, this shows the two cycles we can get caught in. Over on the left, you've got the doubt loop. It's a trap. You hesitate, so you don't act, which just reinforces that little voice in your head saying you can't do it. And that, of course, makes you hesitate even more next time. It's a total downward spiral. But on the right, that's its powerful opposite, the confidence loop. It starts with action, which leads to a small win. That win gives you proof, real evidence, which boosts your belief in yourself. And, what do you know? Makes it easier to take the next action. So let's really get into the nuts and bolts of that positive cycle. How does this thing actually work? At its heart, the confidence loop is basically a self-powering engine for personal growth. It's a cycle that feeds on itself. You take a small, deliberate action. That action gives you a little piece of evidence that you're capable. That evidence builds genuine self-belief. And that belief is the fuel for the next action. See? It just keeps going. And the process itself is just so simple and repeatable. Step 1, you just act. Even if you're nervous, even if you're unsure, you just go. 2, that action gives you a small win, a little piece of proof. 3, your brain sees that proof, it registers that success, and your self-trust gets a little stronger. And finally, number 4, that new belief makes it just a little bit easier to take the next step. So listen, if you only take one thing away from this, let it be this. You do not need to feel confident to get started. You generate the feeling of confidence by doing the thing. It's a psychological fact. Our behavior shapes our beliefs way more than our beliefs shape our behavior. Action comes first. Confidence is the reward you get for taking it. Okay, so let's talk about these small wins, because even though they sound small, their impact is anything but. It is massive, and it compounds over time, just like interest in a bank account. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? Confidence isn't about one heroic, life-changing moment. It's built in thousands of tiny little moments, all stacked on top of each other, day after day. It's a game of consistency, not intensity. And it's so important that we're clear on what a small win really is. It's not about the outcome. It's not about winning the lottery or getting a promotion. A small win is simply taking an action that moves you just 1 inch closer to who you want to be. It's about the quality of your decision, because that's the only thing you ever really control. And look how ridiculously simple this can be. Making your bed, that's a win. That's proof to yourself, first thing in the morning, that you follow through. Reading just 1 page of a book, holding eye contact for just 1 second longer than you normally would. These things seem so minor, but every single one is a rep. It's another log on the fire, another signal to your brain that says, hey, I'm capable. And the same exact principle works when the stakes feel higher. Just deciding to speak up one time in a meeting, that's a huge win. Sticking to your game plan when your emotions are screaming at you to do something else, that's a massive win. These actions aren't flashy, but they build a foundation of self-trust that is absolutely rock solid. Now, this loop is super powerful, but it's also a little fragile, especially at the beginning. So it's really important we know how to spot the common traps that can break the cycle and just totally kill our momentum. This chart lays them out perfectly. So the first big trap is only chasing the huge results. The fix? Zoom in. Just focus on making one good decision right now. Another trap? Measuring your success by things you can't control, like outcomes. Instead, measure what you can control, your process, your discipline. And that harsh inner critic, you gotta replace it. Don't beat yourself up, just observe. Instead of, I'm an idiot, try, okay, that didn't work. What did I learn? And this is such a huge mental shift. Confidence is not the absence of fear. If you're not scared, you probably don't care that much. Confidence is the willingness to act anyway. Every single time you complete the loop, you prove to yourself that the fear doesn't get to make the final decision. You don't eliminate the fear, you just shrink its power over you. Okay, so let's bring this all home. How do you actually start building your very own confidence loop, like right now, today? Here's a super simple 4-step playbook. First, pick just one small process-based goal, something you can totally control. Second, track your wins. Seriously, even just a check mark on a calendar. You have to make your progress visible. Third, celebrate your consistency, not perfection. And finally, start small. Just master one little thing, build some momentum, and then you can scale up. So at the end of the day, the biggest takeaway is this. Stop waiting around for confidence to show up. It's not a mood. It's a skill you build. It's something you earn one small intentional action at a time. And that brings us to the final and most important question. Your loop starts with just a single step. So what small win are you going to choose to start yours?